Hey yo, what it do, people of the internet? This is Austin here at the Ball Handlers Podcast, and today I'm joined by Jackson.
Willie.
Today we have a wide array of topics to talk about, so let's jump right into it.
Alright, so first topic we got cooking up for you guys today. Is DeMarcus Cousins a ring chaser? Now I'm going to let Austin hop on the mic first for this one. Let's see what he has to say.
Honestly, Jackson, I think DeMarcus Cousins is a no-good, dirty ring chaser. This guy went from the Kings, an organization who is known for winning, especially when he was there, and to the Pelicans. He was with Anthony Davis, bro. This man had a superstar teammate, an all-star teammate, a top 5 teammate, and he goes, "Ooh, I don't know. I might just have to leave after I tear my ACL because I'm an injured-prone loser." And then he went to the Warriors to ring chase, and he couldn't even win a ring when he was with the Warriors. I think his leg is preventing him from ring chasing, bro. It's God's way of telling him that he is a no-good, dirty ring chaser.
All right, Austin was making some really valid points right there, and especially because DeMarcus Cousins now on the Lakers, the super team, once again with teammate Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and superstar Alex Caruso. So DeMarcus Cousins, definitely a ring chaser. Willie, you got anything to say about this?
To be honest, he kind of garbage. That's really all I got to say, bro.
This man's going to spend another season on the sidelines watching another team try to carry him to a ring, while Dwight Howard is outperforming him on the basketball court.
Ridiculous.
Absolute madness. I would have to say DeMarcus Cousins, certified ring chaser.
While we're on the topic of the Lakers, we're going to talk about what some people will call the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend. LeBron James. And if he can lead the Lakers this year to a championship title. We're going to pass it over to Austin, see what he has to say about that.
Frankly, Will, I think that saying that LeBron James wouldn't win the championship this year would be disrespectful. You look at what the Clippers have, you look at Kawhi and Paul George, but Paul George won't even be there for the beginning of the season. Who is going to be able to stop the Lakers? Definitely not Russell Bumbrook and his teammate James Harden, who debuted his one-legged three-pointer shot, which looks like a runner, but he's doing it from three-point range. This is what this guy's going for. He's really just getting bored of being a good offensive player in the league, even though he's still a bum.
Hold on, Austin. LeBron James single-handedly cannot do it. Every year he's won a championship, he's had someone behind him.
And now he finally does.
He does, but will they be able to support the weight that he carries? Anthony Davis was good on the Pelicans, but who did he have with him to help him out?
Support the weight? What are you calling Anthony Davis fat? Honestly, though, they have a lot of good supporting pieces around him, though. Danny Green, and then we still got Rondo on the roster. Kyle Kuzma will be out with injury for a little bit after what happened in Team USA.
Rondo.
Rajon Rondo, one of the best point guards.
One of the most
2000s.
washed-up point guards.
Oh, yeah, one of the most washed up. One of the competition points is you got to have a point guard who's able to pass the rock, and that's exactly what Rondo is.
I don't know if he can do that this year.
Oh, he can always pass the rock. It's just like LeBron James. He'll always be a good passer.
Nah, good passer LeBron James. See, that's where you're wrong. I don't even know if Rondo will get his hands on the rock with LeBron James on the team.
That might be true, but we also have different point guards like Quinn Cook out there, and I know what you're about to say. He's short. We know. What is he, like 5'8", something like that? He's the shortest point guard in the league, and he played for the Warriors, though. I mean, he's gotten experience on a championship roster. Who's to say he can't bring that championship experience and help the Lakers?
He also has experience on the bench because we all know that it was only Curry playing that game. Come on now.
All right, guys, the Lakers are good and all, but I'm going to have to go with the Clippers taking the dub this year, of course. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Paul George is only going to be out for about 10 or so games, so not a big hit right there. So definitely would have to say with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George there, Lou Williams, Patrick Beverley, all those dudes, definitely a dominant starting five. I think the Clippers, it's their time in the West, but unless the sleeper, the Suns, really just pull up, the Suns are super underrated. One of the best teams in the West for sure.
I don't know, though. The Clippers, bro, they have Zubac, and Zubac played for the Lakers, so who's to say he doesn't choke against his former team?
No, I think he memorized the playbook, so he'll just be able to tell him all the plays. You know the deal.
Honestly, I predict at least 3 Zubac blocks to LeBron James if they play in a championship series.
Austin or Jackson. Sorry, I agree with you when you're talking about the Clippers. A really defensive and offensive dominant team, which you don't often see. You just see a super team that's good in one stature or the other. Like the Warriors, not so much defense, but when it comes to offense, they'll run it up and down the court on you. But I mean, the Clippers, I don't know, with the recent pickups, this may be a dynasty on the rise.
The only thing is, I would say they would for sure have the chip if they didn't have to give up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the best looking young point guards in the league, in that Paul George trade to the Thunder.
Honestly, not that big of a hit having Lou Williams, 6-man of the year, probably not coming off the bench this year, and Patrick Beverley. We got some good guards right there in our backcourt for sure.
So are you predicting the starting 5 for the Clippers would be Pat Bev, Lou Will, and then Kawhi, Paul George, and then Zubac?
Not Zubac, probably Montrezl Harris starting up at the 5. That's what the Clippers are actually going to start with. I'd have to assume, considering in the media day, that's their starting 5 picture.
It's going to be interesting to see Lou Will not coming off the bench, considering that's a role that he's always excelled at. People are always going to be wondering, can he do the same things that he does off the bench to a starting unit team? Can he do that to the better defenders and just the better players in the league?
I guess we're going to have to find out. Next topic here we got going on. Will kind of roughly talked over it a little bit about the Warriors, and we're going to be talking about, is the Warriors dynasty over? Will, let's hear what you have to say about this.
It's a joke. It was a joke to begin with. Not to take away from Steph or anything he done. He's an amazing player. Clay, amazing player. Everyone. Sean Livingston, I believe he just retired.
Yes.
Was a good player. Not so much there on the offense. Good player, defensive wise. Not something you see on that team a lot. Their dynasty, I think it may be coming to an end. Not abruptly, but slowly, with the loss of Klay Thompson, probably for I think until
the whole season. Most
pretty much
the whole season. I mean, there's not many more playmakers on the team, and I mean, who knows?
Than D'Lo.
Yeah, deloading, but I mean, 2-star point guards. You got to play. We can't play both of them, and I think they're gonna use deloading for trade bait at some point throughout the season to get maybe some picks to start rebuilding. But I don't know. Steve Kerr's always been able to pull something out of nowhere, so we'll find out.
Now, Will, as much as I agree with some of your points, I completely disagree with you. What you just said was so disrespectful. You're going to disrespect Curry, the best point guard of the 2010s, and probably still will be in the 2020s. One of the best shooters we've ever seen. If they were to get Klay Thompson back, then they would have 2 of the best guards, 2 of the best shooters of all time still playing on their team. Don't forget they still have Draymond, who just got a $100 million extension. This guy's going to be playing on the team for many more years. You said that they were lacking defense, but Draymond definitely makes up the defensive core of the team, and he can play anything. He can do whatever. He does the dirty work. And on top of that, they still have Willie Cauley-Stein. That was a pickup they made in the offseason. Very underrated. He was a very good center for the Kings. And then D'Lo, if they could get him going, they could really be killing it out there.
Awesome. That was an excellent point you made, but I'm sorry. It was kind of
whack.
Because with Klay Thompson, he won't be the same. Nowhere near the same. Won't be as fast, won't be as athletic. Curry, he's nice and everything, but he can't do it all. It's the same situation with LeBron. He's always had a supporting cast to go with him. Green, Draymond, great defensive. I think we can all agree, horrible offensive player. Problems on and off the court that the Warriors would have to worry about, And it's just not something that you want to bring to a team. I think the first thing that's going to go with this team is the chemistry, and then so on and so forth.
If they can't establish chemistry with D'Lo out on the court, I would agree with you that they're not bound for anywhere near a championship this year. It's all if they were to be able to get them going at the same time. What do you think, Jackson?
Yeah, I definitely have to say that the Warriors dynasty is coming to a close, considering that Klay Thompson is injured and with Kevin Durant once again snaking another team going to the Nets. I mean, that's just all you can expect from that dude. So with just Steph Curry and D'Lo out there and D'Angelo Russell just being used kind of as trade bait, as Will said, definitely looking like the Warriors dynasty is coming to a close. I predict them at maybe a 6 seed in the West. Nothing more, considering the West is definitely the more stacked league for sure. All right, so next topic, right, we got to bring it over to the rookies. We're gonna be talking about, will Zion Williamson be a bust? Possibly the most hyped up rookie since LeBron James, and maybe even more hyped over LeBron James. Austin, what do you have to say about Zion?
See, I think anybody who says that Zion will be a bust, they're not thinking straight. This man can do things that nobody else can do out on that basketball court. I don't know if any of you guys watch Summer League. I know no casuals do, but Zion, he strips the ball and he slams it down. That's what he's going to be doing in the regular season to these first unit guys. He's going to be going out there. He plays with 150% effort at all times. And I think if he still has determination to play and try to be one of the best players in the league, he will be. What we see from Bus most of the time is that they're not really trying or injuries take them out. Like with Anthony Bennett, it just really never seemed like he was trying to be one of the best players in the league. Zion, he's prepared for that. He's been prepared for it his whole life, and I think he could be one of the best players in the league in a few years.
And as you were saying, speaking on injuries, Zion, looking like he's gained some weight, possibly lost some bounce. How do you feel about his possible knee injuries?
I think that could be a problem later in his career. I would hope that it doesn't come into play early in his career, like we saw Blake Griffin get taken out early in his career, and then he had to adapt his game to that. It would just be weird to think about Zion a few years down the line having to switch to like more of a shooter and slasher secondary kind of role in the offense. It just makes more sense for Zion to be always slashing to the rim and taking shots only when necessary. So I really hope that he doesn't get injured, especially in his knees, because those are things that you might not be able to come back from.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think Zion, I'm hoping he lives up to the hype because he's definitely super hyped up, putting a lot of pressure on him. But luckily, he got drafted to a low market team with the Pelicans, so it's not like there's not going to be a lot of media coverage and stuff like that. So not as much pressure as something like LA, but still one of the most hyped up prospects we've ever seen.
That said, I still don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year just because of where he is in the Pelicans. They have a bunch of like really good players on their team who can contribute to the points, and I think that's going to take away from his point totals. Like Drew Holiday, Alonzo Ball, people like that, Brandon Ingram, who are all going to be going out there trying to score 15 to 20 points a game. So I might take away from that, which makes me think John Morant or RJ Barrett could take it.
Yeah, and the Pelicans also have a stud rookie, Jackson Hayes, absolute GOAT. He's going to be taking away a little bit more of the ball handling from Zion.
Out of Texas. Big man out of Texas. That's what I like to see. He can block shots. He can dunk at the rim. Reminds me a little bit of Rudy Gobert, but even I'd say he seems just as athletic, if not more. It's going to be interesting to see what another rim running center can do, especially with the Pelicans.
All right, so last topic we got coming for you guys. Is Kawhi the best player in the league? Me, Jackson, I'm going to have to say yes. Kawhi Leonard, good-looking dude. Definitely one of the best players in the league. Best two-way player in the league for sure. No one does it better than him on both sides of the court. So I'm going to have to say yes, Kawhi is the best player in the league. And he kind of backed that up this season, leading the Raptors to a championship, getting that finals MVP. I'm going to toss it over to Willie, see what he thinks.
Absolutely. Double down, no doubt in my book. He is the best player in the league and on the rise to be one of the best players in the history of basketball. He can do what LeBron hasn't done, which carries a team to a championship with no back support besides, Danny Green, but
and Marcus
Danny
Gasol.
Green.
And Pascal Siakam.
Get out of here. Siakam was
and Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry is fat. He's slow. He can't shoot. He's your average player.
He's an all-star. He's a former all-star.
Former
Not
all-star.
a
This
Hall
man
of
Kawhi
Famer.
is a current all-star. Current Hall of Famer in my eyes and many people's eyes. It's called the Claw for a reason. He's already got his nicknames. He's doing great things. Has multiple championships on multiple teams, looking to bring one home for the Clippers, and I think he's going to do it.
All right, well, I agree with some of your points, guys. What you just said was ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 11, ASA 12. That was disrespectful from all of you guys. That you think that LeBron James isn't the best player in the league?
LeBron, what the?
Bro, LeBron James has done things that Kawhi can't even dream of doing.
Like what?
Like winning multiple championships.
Kawhi's won multiple championships.
Yeah, but LeBron has more of a story to his championships. Kawhi, he led Toronto to their first championship. Yeah, we like Canada, I guess.
He carried a country.
I'd say that the Cleveland roster that LeBron carried to that 2016 Finals championship was worse than the Raptors roster that Kawhi won with this last year. And LeBron had to carry. He put up big point totals. I don't even think Kawhi really was that as effective in the finals as people give him credit for. Yes, he was the finals MVP, but he wasn't putting up numbers like LeBron was back in 2016. And I still think LeBron, coming off that injury, coming off extra time to get well and rest, is going to be there. He's going to be ready. And he's going to kill the league this year.
Definitely disagree. Kawhi Leonard beating LeBron James in the finals, his first finals championship, first finals MVP as a young player.
How did it go in 2014?
That doesn't matter. Kawhi is still out here as a young player on the Spurs, getting the finals MVP, beating the self-proclaimed GOAT LeBron James as a young player.
But he was carried to that championship.
He still won the MVP, though, so I don't think he got carried.
2014 was a good year for Kawhi, yes, in the finals where he won the MVP. But the year before, LeBron absolutely killed the Spurs in one of the greatest championship series of all time. We all know the Ray Allen shot. That's what we all think of when we think of that finals.
Yeah, LeBron James, once again, showing that he just gets carried by Ray Allen, bailout. God, lucky for him that Derrick Rose was injured, or else LeBron James would have 0 rings.
Oh, that was absolutely a terrible point. I never want to hear you talk again. Ridiculous. Honestly, Jackson, I'm kicking you off the show. You know the rules.
Derrick Rose would have more finals MVPs than LeBron James if he was 100% healthy.
Oh, that is disrespectful.
That is one of the biggest what-ifs in history of the NBA.
As much as I love Derrick Rose, he's my favorite NBA player of all time. I cannot say that he would have more finals rings and MVPs than LeBron James, probably the best player in the league for the last, 14 years.
Yeah, I guess if that were true, he'd have a better finals rate than 3 and 6. Absolute garbage.
This year it's going to be 4 and 6. Mark it down, baby.
4 and... I would have to disagree there, but we're going to have to end the show off here. You guys know the deal. Getting a little long. So, once again, I'm Jackson.
I'm Austin.
I'm Willie.
And this has been the Ball Handlers Podcast, Episode 1. All right, guys, tune in for more. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Catch on the flip.
Like these